with that taken care of, we are gonna go over here and talk to Nook again. My good gracious, Yuna. Truly amazing, that's no lie, paying off all the money you owed on your house. Incredible, I salute you. But as I told you before, I can't build you a house bigger than the one you've got now. Flat out impossible. This is odd for me, but I feel slightly guilty taking all of that money you owed me without anything in return. Ooh, I've got it. I have a terrific idea. The perfect thank you gift. I'll let everyone in town know just how honest and diligent you are, Yuna. I shall build a monument to you, Yuna. I'll put it in front of the train station. Yes, that's what I'll do. Look, you may well be the first raccoon humanitarian. Just you wait, Yuna. Wait till you see it. The idea of being a raccoon humanitarian is fascinating to me for some reason. I don't know how to explain it. One thing I am lamenting ever so slightly, this isn't like a huge gripe, but I do wish we had seen any of my favorite, like, all-timers, in this playthrough. For example, I made another test file to test, like, visiting towns to see if you could drop things in another town, and you can, obviously, but I did get one of my favorite villagers there, so slightly like, oh, of course I get them here, and not in the town I'm actually gonna be streaming from. But to put things in perspective, my favorite villagers in general are Cube the Penguin, because he was in my original town. And also, of this early game, I do really like Kiki, who's a black cat, Mitzi, who's like a white and blue cat, there's some more cats I really like. I'm trying to remember one of the male cats that I actually like a lot. I like a lot of the penguins. Aurora is very good. Dang, I'm actually drawing a blank, because, like, there's a lot of very good villagers in Animal Crossing IMO. But I'm just kind of blanking on which ones I also really care about. The fascinating thing about favorite villagers as a concept in Animal Crossing is how much they all fall into archetypes. So it's like, oh, this is the snooty villager, this is the peppy villager, and so on and so forth. So, like, a lot of villagers end up being like repeats of each other, and yet they still end up standing out for like their personalities. It's really fascinating to me how everyone gets attached to very specific villagers, despite sort of like similar overlapping personalities in a lot of cases. Damn, I got very backed up on fossils apparently. So yeah. We'll probably do like 2 more in-game days at this point, 1 or maybe 3 more in-game days. The last one might become awkward because we have the sports fair on both days. We might only do 2 then. But since the debt has been repaid, I guess I can time travel a bit just to show off something. Yeah, we're just kind of rapid firing these final in-game days. So, first of all, we have a sports fair today, so we're gonna go check that out as well. However, the statue was erected in honor of Yuna's full loan repayment. So, you can get 4 statues that correspond to the 4 houses down here. The order of rank will be who paid off first. So, the first person to pay off gets gold, second gets, like, silver, 4th gets bronze, and I don't know what the 4th gets, like a stone statue or something. But it basically ranks who paid off their debt first. It's basically the point of that. But also, let's go check in on old Tom Nook to see if he has anything special to say to us now that we are debt-free. Welcome, Yuna. Did you see the monument I had built? You can't have missed it. I asked a famous sculptor to make that statue. You know, it was very expensive. Yes, very expensive. Now then, about the price. Just kidding. Oh. Ooh, your face, priceless. I'm the one who ordered the monument, so I'd never expect you to pay for it. It's just my way of thanking you for your loyalty and doing business with me. You're the best. I hope you'll continue to be one of my most favorite customers, yes? Well, might as well buy this and see if it's real. Again, a lot of paintings are forgeries. I think even from Nook, they can be forgeries. We also had an axe break, so I'm like... might want to buy a replacement now that I'm here. So yeah, now that we are done with the debt, we basically met the main goal I wanted to do for this playthrough. Again, there's the one downside of like, if I wanted to be very thorough, I could just time travel around a bunch and show off a bunch of different holidays and whatnot. But I don't think I really want to do that, partly because like, the amount of weeds overgrowing, like, that'll like take over the town is gonna be immense. Villagers are gonna move out, and it's gonna like really disrupt things here. So like, I don't want to time travel too much. Small little time travel jumps don't usually disrupt too much. I don't remember about the Plesio skull. I thought that might have been in already. Who I say, a mammoth torso. Will wonders never cease, Blathers? Your eyes must be failing you. No, it is true. The mammoth is complete. Who I say, hooty-hoo, phenomenal, sensational, a truly grand occurrence. Welcome to Cloud 9. Blathers, compose yourself. Now then, where to begin? Mammoths, yes, mammoths, the woolliest of woolies. They are of course mammals, and ones that live much later than the dinosaurs, what? Pleistocene Earth was their home, and they are firmly established in our minds as creatures of the Ice Age. Mammoths ranged in height from 6 feet to 14 feet at the shoulder. The woolly mammoth is their most famous species. The last of the mammoths died out some 10,000 years ago, which coincides with the ascent of man. It is perhaps the first animal whose extinction was contributed to by man, though certainly not the last. Humans can truly be the most thoughtless and callous of creatures when they think only of themselves. Who I say again, who? Oh dear, I wasn't referring to you personally. No offense intended. Temper. And we'll see if this is real. Strange painting. Oh my, so this is a strange painting. Well, there's a certain sort of... I'm sure it's just me, but I don't see why they say it's a strange painting. Yeah, he's not as knowledgeable about art, comparatively. Nook typically doesn't sell forgeries as much as red, but some things can only be obtained through red, if I'm remembering right. But anyway, it is the day of the sports fair, so let's go peek in on that real quick. There are different events across the day, so, did I get the time wrong? I might have gotten the time wrong. Nope, it says 23rd. Oops, I screwed up. That is fine. My bad. So yeah, we'll do a couple more days, and then we'll probably conclude this little quick series. Now, good morning. Today I'm gonna grab life by the horns, Bouquet. I'm gonna give it my all. Yuna, you give it your all too, alright? Work it, Bouquet. Ah, yeah. Tell me, Yuna, what's new, Bouquet? Yeah, your name sort of sounds like a type of food to me, Bouquet. Oh, I know what made me think of that. I just got some awesome fruit from Freya. The thing is, though, I'm on this new diet. Yeah, it's sort of insane. But I'm trying to drop my body fat to a single digit. So I'm gonna throw you this peach for free, Yuna. Lucky you. Hell yeah, we could have used that a couple days ago. But yeah, it's been fun revisiting this game, albeit, like, me overly time crunching myself, because clearly I planned things out very well. Yeah, I really love Animal Crossing as a series. I greatly appreciate these games as someone who, to be real, was very isolated as a kid due to being homeschooled and everything. So like, my child self... Oh, hi! Oh, Oh, hi. The name's Gulliver, my dear child. Did I surprise you? Well, I surprised me too. There's a simple explanation for how I got here, though. You see, I was on my ship, the Krusty Barnacle, when a giant squid attacked us. Mighty tentacles reared up all around me, and I fought with all my strength. In the end, however, that slimy beast prevailed, and I was plunged into the deep green sea. Why are you looking at me like that? You don't believe me, do you? You think I made the whole story up? Well, some friend you are. I risk my life to save my crew, and you call me a charlatan? What? You think I was napping on deck and just fell overboard? Don't be silly. What? You think I didn't fight a giant squid at all? Then explain why my face looks like this. What? You think I just fell asleep on a jellyfish? That would explain why my pillow was so uncomfortable. Tell you what, how about we just forget this little incident? I'll give you a little gift. I bartered this off a seedy looking merchant when I was visiting a far-off port town. You won't find another like it anywhere. At least, I don't think you will. You know, I'm just a rolling stone, never knowing where I'm going. Wait a sec. Maybe that's why I don't swim so well. Anyway, what I'm trying to tell you is, the guys, my shipmates, they think that maybe if they tie me to the mast, I won't fall off the boat so much. So with any luck, maybe I won't be washing up on your beach too often, at least not for a little while. Thanks to the whole saving my life thing, may your sails stay full and your socks stay dry. You probably don't think I'm much of a sailor at all, do you? I mean, I must fall off my boat at least once a week. Well, it's not my fault the life of a sailor is fraught with danger. Squids, pirates, manatees, jellyfish, with all these dangers, it's a wonder I don't get dunked more often, huh? What's that? You think I'm just a big klutz? Actually, you may have a point. So yeah, Gulliver will periodically wash up on your beach, and he'll give you an item based on your location. So in this case, we got a compass from him. But we also have this gold tree finally grown that creates a gold shovel. So you get this by planting a shovel in one of the glowing spots. Yes, I got the golden shovel while I dig up with this. The golden shovel allows you to plant money trees, which is very convenient. I'm pretty sure if you plant with a golden shovel, they can give you a lot more. I think that's how that works. There's also a golden fishing rod for catching every fish, a golden net for catching every bug, and a golden axe that doesn't break, for getting a perfect town and maintaining it for 15 days. Which is basically like talking to the well and asking like for tips on like beautying up the town, basically. You like talking to the creatures? Yeah, I do too. This is like an early social experience in a weird, roundabout way. Again, I think part of the reason I like open world games so much is because that was kind of my way of like seeing the like big, expansive worlds, because I'm very limited. Yeah, we'll do a couple more in-game days, and then wrap up the series. Go have a blast in Hanabia. I hope we have a blast. See, I bought the sports... Oh, hi. It's time for the opening of the sports fair. Today's first activity will be aerobics. It's not really explained who's the announcer in this case. Obviously, in other games, you could assume it's Isabelle or someone. In this game, hell if I know. Hamster cage, start... Anyone who wants a hamster cage, start digging in Acre F4. It's not my fault if it's already gone by the time you get there. Later games add hamster villagers, so that's very awkward, actually, in some ways. We do have one more new villager, it appears, by the name of Rizzo, who is a mouse. Ahem, and you are? Yuna, what kind of name is that, Badger? My name's Rizzo, so are we through here? Squee? Good. One of the grumpy villagers. Why am I so tired in the morning, Squee? Hey, why are you even talking to me, Squee? Hey, Yuna, do you always have to run everywhere when you go somewhere? That's right. I thought so. You're always zooming around whenever I see you. But I should warn you, when you're trying to catch a fish or an insect, you gotta move quietly, or else you'll scare it away before you can nab it, Squee. A mouse with the Rizzo? Yeah, I like a lot of the mouse villagers. There's one in particular, but I don't remember their name. One more store check, for the road. And I decided not to buy anything. We'll just get the show on the road. I guess there's like another type of fruit I forgot. I don't think I said apple last time. Anyway, sports fair. Morning aerobics are so underrated, Bouquet. If you do it seriously, it's really great exercise. I'm so serious, Yuna. Your muscles will love you. Don't you want to be a part of this, Meow? Oh, I just want to get this over with quickly and move on to the ball toss. Oh, what was I thinking? I skipped breakfast just for this. Yuna, you're late. Look at me, I'm exercising. Alert the medics. Well, since you're here, I've got something for you. It's an autumn medal. Now you look like a real champion among animals. Horf. Almost a copper runs this. Work that body. Feel the pain, feel the gain. So, cool thing is we can actually use the C stick to do the various exercises. I forget the inputs, but we are not doing this correctly. Nope, that is not the input. There's hopping. We can do that easily. That's just the C stick. Robin was caught slacking in 4K, or 480p more accurately. Down doesn't seem to do anything. Right does this little motion. Left does this motion. And just like, this was, I hit down diagonal to do this. Which I guess makes sense. Stat motion. I don't know how to do like the windmills. But yeah, we can actually kind of participate. New Horizons makes this an actual minigame too, that you can do every day. Which is kind of fun. Oh, and now Goose is messing up. Yeah, I don't know how to do all the motions, but this is just kind of a neat little charming event. The spring version of the sports fair does give you a different item from Tortimer. He will give you a banner, like a spring sports fair banner instead. Or like a pennant. I don't think they actually have banners in this game. We're just gonna kind of rapid fire these in-game days, just to kind of, again, show off the entirety of the sports fair. Again, if I wanted to be really thorough, I could time travel all the way to, like, Halloween, but then my town is gonna be a mess. And from here on out, everything will be non-interactive as a heads up, so I'm not gonna be, like, competing in this or anything. It's time for more sports fair fun. Today's second activity will be the foot race. Well, I guess we can have some interactivity, and by that I mean sabotaging. So, we can basically interrupt the race. As mayor, it's my job to come out and root our teams on to victory. Root. So yeah, they will just kind of do little races, and sometimes just completely eat dirt. Okay. You're fearless, Yuna, but you shouldn't be reckless. Stand back a little bit, okay, Snortle? It's like, yeah, don't stand in the middle of a race, probably. Why is it my heart beats harder before a race than after? It's racing faster than I was. Listen really closely, can you hear it, Ufta? Looks like I'm up next. Wow, I'm really nervous. Wait, haven't I gone already? Who's messing with my head? Wow, that was quite a run, child, too. I can't talk right now. 1, 2, 1, 2, you got to warm up or you don't stand a chance. If that's my opponent, my victory is a complete lock. Look at those chicken legs. Oh, Animal Crossing, while you like the newer ones a bit more, you'll always have nostalgia for this one in the NES games. That is something else I didn't talk about. I played so much Wario's Woods, of all things. Through the original Animal Crossing. Oh, hi. You're in the way, Beefwit. Bug off. Yeah, you can just interrupt the race if you so desire. So yeah, there's not a ton to do here. It's just kind of a fun little, thing to watch and see all the different dialogue options. So yeah, just a very quick, event there. Yeah, and also, like, remember reading that a couple games are like dummied out in the files, so technically you're not supposed to be able to play like Mario 1, but there are ways to hack it back in. It was supposed to be like an e-reader card, and I don't think it ever released. Or something like that. Alrighty, round 3 of the sports fair, assuming I actually changed the clock correctly. It's time for more sports fair fun. Today's third activity will be the ball toss. Alright, again, another generally hands-off activity for us here. But again, kind of fun to watch. I wish you could participate in some of these, actually. What a sight, huh, Yuna? I wanted to play, but being a judge isn't half bad, okay? Balls, balls, I need more balls to toss. Can't lose, Yuna. I don't work out every day just to lose to this pack of panty wastes, Quacko. Again, the villagers have zero chill in this game. I'm gonna fill the basket with lots of balls, Snortle. I'm losing it. I get so worked up in this sort of thing. Oh. Not the best throw there. I don't know if they ever, like, declare winners in this either. It's just kind of like a fun, like, flavor text kind of thing. Villagers are dicks in this game? Absolutely. They have zero chill. There was definitely a lot of dialogue in this game that would not fly in this day and age. I ought to be young again. I almost said you and me both, but it's like, I'm not even that old. This is a very jaunty tune. Yeah, a lot of effort goes into these little, like, one-off events in a lot of cases. It's very fun, IMO. Yeah, that's the ball toss. Again, there's not much to say about that one. Again, just kind of a nice little fun thing to witness. I wish you could participate in some of these. I think that'd be cool to, like, have mini-games tied to different sports, but most of them are just kind of like, yeah, flavor text, and just watching them play out. Which to me isn't necessarily the most exciting thing in the world, I guess. Yeah, I get that. The villagers are just kind of like, yeah, that's a lot. As a kid, I didn't mind it as much because I didn't have a whole lot of social experience, I'll be real. I didn't have lots of... I tended to not mind, and I kind of just found a lot of the dialogue humorous, but I also know there have been stories of, like, people getting actively upset because they're Animal Crossing villagers, like Rossetti especially, where it's, like, really mean. Like, Rossetti is extraordinarily mean in this game. Again, threatening and faking a game shutdown to delete your file and stuff like that. And again, all the urban legends that Rossetti would actually delete your file at some point. The sports fair continues. Today's fourth activity will be the tug of war. Yeah, you have to really push his buttons for him to do that, to be fair. And then there's also Don Rossetti, his brother, who's a lot more chill. And yeah, we have a tug of war match. Come on, everybody, I can't hear you. Cheer louder, louder. Let's hear it for the team. I think we have a shot at winning, Snortle. What do you think of me now, Yuna, huh? What do you mean by that? Come on, we're almost there, neighbor. You're pretty tough, Meow. You're strong, grah. You like sports? I just like watching. There's plenty of exercise for this. That's plenty of exercise for this old tortoise. I'm not really a sports kind of gal, not gonna lie. But again, like, having a button mashing minigame for this would honestly be a lot of fun. But yeah, you can't actually participate in this. And yeah, they'll just go for a full-ass 2 hours until the event ends. You need exercise, but you're not big on sports. Yeah, I typically just take walks, to be honest. I don't, like, exercise. If I'm being honest. That's just me, though. I am not the most fit person, to be frank. I'm also, like, very tiny. That's the other fascinating thing about me. Is, like... I have a hard time putting on weight, which is an interesting blessing and curse in different ways, basically. But yeah. That takes care of the sports festival. Also, because I actually didn't mention it before now, the name Hanabiya means flower petal in Japanese. It's also a bit of a pun, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Alright, so we deliberately have jumped ahead to the final day of the month, and the reason for that is so I can go over a couple more details about the game. One is the raffle, but while we're here, I also want to show off Pete. This might not actually work if we don't have any mail. I should have thought of that. We also haven't heard the town tune play through the bell, because we haven't hit an hour mark at any point. The message board is going to be all screwed up because we time traveled a week. And you can't delete messages in this one, so it's permanently going to be screwed up. But once the clock hits 5 PM, Pete should show up to deliver mail, if we have mail. If we don't have mail, he might just stand there and leave. I hear him. There he is. So yeah, we can actually talk to him. You don't need to worry, your letters will all be delivered, guaranteed. As a matter of fact, I've never delivered a letter to the wrong house, ever, and there's nobody else that can make that claim. You know, there are people out there who will complain if their mail is even a few minutes late. Sorry, but I have to go. I'm actually right in the middle of my route, so I have to hurry. Maybe we can talk more the next time we meet. So yeah, we don't actually have any mail, but again, just wanted to show that off because it's kind of a nice little detail. And again, you can learn more about like the love triangle of Pete, Pelly, and Phyllis. Yeah, Pete's chill. One issue I have with modern Animal Crossing games is just the emphasis of also this is the compass from Gulliver and the medal we got just piled on the floor. The HRA will not approve, but just to show those off. The streamlining of certain things results in certain characters having their roles cut out, basically, and I kind of lament the lack of, like, Pelly, Phyllis, Pete, Harriet, and just other characters because of certain quality of life changes that make certain characters' utilities less, you know, important, basically, to the point where they only kind of show up, like, as, like, NPCs in the Roost and stuff like that. I just think that's kind of a bummer, in a way. Like, because I like a lot of the special characters and shopkeepers in Animal Crossing, so it's kind of just, to me, a little bit of a bummer that New Horizons did not have nearly as much emphasis on them as the older games. And we can't have a mail office anymore, just make them all postal workers. Yeah, there are ways to get around it, and again, I hope if we get a new Animal Crossing eventually, I would like to see them tidy up some things like that. They're just kind of like, yeah, it's a bummer to not have this character, that character in the series anymore, in a prominent capacity. I have too many event tickets here, or raffle tickets, so gotta make space. I almost do feel like the dialogue complaints about New Horizons. Well, the dialogue is still very shallow by comparison. It does get a little bit overblown how much they've downscaled it, in my opinion. Welcome, welcome, it's your lucky day, You may give it a spin if you've got raffle tickets. You'd like to give it a try? I'll do it. Very good then, I'll just take the 5 raffle tickets, Here we go, let's give it a spin. Oh no, how sad for you, you didn't win. You can't give it another try. Do you wish to try it again? We might be here for a bit if we win anything. Oh hey, we got 3rd prize. You've won, you've won! The 3rd prize, a Mario trophy, is yours. I really want that copy of Excite Bike. Just to show it off, mainly. Here's your prize, a Mario trophy. But yeah, every month, congratulations! Are you ready to win more prizes today? Very good then, yeah, so on and so forth. But yeah, every month, Nook will run a raffle, and yeah, every time you buy something, you'll get a raffle ticket. That's to encourage you to shop regularly at Nook's. But as a way to also get very rare items. No other Animal Crossing game has this, and I kind of lament the exclusion, because it is a fun mechanic in my opinion. I almost wish I had included Mario Party 4 in Fox Girl's favorites in retrospect, thinking about like the gambling in that game. Nope, okay, we're done here. Oops. Yeah, this is a copy of Excitebike. Today's raffle day, I'm not selling anything. You must return tomorrow if you wish to shop. Mario Party 4 is your favorite? Mario Party 4 is the nostalgic one for me. I think I still like 6 the best. 6 or 7 I think are my favorites, but 4 is extremely, like, near and dear to me because it was my first. I didn't have an N64, so Mario Party was kind of a new concept. In retrospect, there are a couple of games I wish I had done for Fox Girls favorites, but because I'm so, like, slightly OCD about some things, and trying to, like, relatively keep things in order, like, chronological order, I would feel weird going back to do, like, Yoshi's Island, or Mario Party 4, or, like, even Lego Island. Yeah, I would feel, like, weird doing that, for whatever reason. This is, I assume, the kanji for Nintendo, based on this being called the Nintendo umbrella. But yeah, that was our little look at the original Animal Crossing. We did get a full deck clear. Obvious kanji for heaven, interestingly. Or interesting, but I know that is part of Nintendo's name. We did pay off all of our debt. We did not get very far in the museum, or the fish or bug logs. Yeah, very low progress here, but that would require playing every season at least a little bit, which would take a very long time. Yeah, that looks like it. Yeah, this is just Nintendo, just split up. Interesting. But, yeah. This game means a lot to me, the whole series means a lot to me. Animal Crossing very quickly became one of my favorites, despite my initial hesitance to try a game like this. Yeah, it is separate kanji, yeah. But I'm glad I finally tried it when I did in, like, 2005. I played this game a ton. Coincidentally, the next game on the list ties into this, because that game's instruction manual had an advertisement for Animal Crossing Wild World in it. And the interesting thing about it is it actually shows things that are not in the final version of the game. It's like an early beta screenshot of Wild World, so that's cool. So that very quickly became... Oh, hi. That quickly became one of my most anticipated games, despite going... I went from, I don't want to play that looks weird, to Wild World is my most anticipated game very quickly somehow. I'm not entirely sure how that happened. And yeah, I played a hell of a lot of Wild World too. I kind of fell out of this game specifically because obviously I was so obsessed with Wild World, I didn't go back to this one very much, unfortunately. Oh hi, you're new. Petunia, stop shouting, I'm right here, I can hear you fine, Moolala. So what's your name? Yelly von Hollerlots? Yuna? Gee, what a silly name. Oops, I'm sorry you had to hear that. Me and my big, if rather cute, mouth. My name is Petunia. What do you think? Don't you wish it was your name? I hope to see you around, Moolala. Oh yes, Yuna, it's gone rather dark out, hasn't it, Moolala? Yes, indeed. Enough idle chit-chat. Did you need something from me, Moolala? Hate to disappoint you, but I really don't have any favors to ask of you. My apologies, Moolala. Oh, Freya's all the way down here. All the snooty villagers all clumped together here. It's really weird. Yeah, they have a lot of sass in this game. But yeah. Oddly enough, 2005 had two of my most anticipated games, like, ever. Partners in Time being the other one. Like, I was so hyped for Partners in Time, and unfortunately I ended up feeling kind of disappointed by it. Not at the time, I enjoyed it at the time, but Partners in Time is the one I have the hardest time going back to of the core Mario and Luigi trilogy. I've never really gone back to the second trilogy at all. I kind of want to go through Dream Team again, just to see how it holds up, but yeah. Genuinely, I had the realization partway through, like, my second playthrough of Partners in Time of, like... Because as a kid, again, I was very homebound, so I just would replay video games a lot. As a kid, I kind of did enjoy replaying it, to the point where I was like, why am I not enjoying replaying it? And I think Partners in Time is just like, it doesn't hit right for me for some reason, and I don't entirely even know why. I think it just feels kind of dry compared to Superstar Saga and Bowser's Inside Story. It just doesn't feel as like engaging to me personally for some reason, though I think it's still a very good game. But Wild World did not disappoint. I loved it. Played it a heck of a lot. In 2006, there was an anime movie for Animal Crossing, Wild World, which I very much enjoyed at the time. And yeah, and then in 2008 there was City Folk. City Folk is a weird game for me. I never got as deep into City Folk as the others. Partly because of bad timing, because like literally right when City Folk came out was before a cross-state move my family did, so I never delved too deep into City Folk. We found Wild World extremely boring. I will say, with Wild World, there is the problem of there aren't holidays. They're just like kind of made up things, like, oh hey, here's a holiday to like, you know, compliment your friends, or here's a holiday to like make a new town tune. But they don't have any like specific holidays for whatever reason. Then City Folk brings back like specified holidays. Having roommates, yeah, you didn't want roommates. Yeah, having one big ass house for everybody was kind of weird. City Folk to me is a weird boat of like, kind of like an enhanced remake in a way, where it's like, it is City Folk because it uses a lot of the same music and everything. City Folk just to me feels like a console remake of Wild World in a way, and thus it just adds a lot of stuff to it that I think makes it like the better experience, even though I had more nostalgia for Wild World specifically. Yeah, it'd be a Switch 2 edition now. That's a good way of putting it, actually. Hadn't thought of that. But instead, you have to pay a full $50 for it again, instead of like an upgrade DLC. But yeah, after City Folk, obviously there's a gap. I remember New Leaf was a huge deal for me when that got announced, but hey, it disappeared. It kind of just vanished for a long time. So I was just constantly hoping, oh, maybe this will be the time we hear about New Leaf again. And then it came out in Japan. I realized my story about getting into Let's Plays might actually be technically wrong, because I do remember actually watching a lot of Let's Plays of New Leaf. But specifically, like, people going through the Japanese version of the game. What the hell is this shadow? I'm actually gonna focus for a second, because this is probably rare. I'm probably gonna botch it anyway. Okay, I got it. I don't know what this is. Oh my god, hi. Wow, got an Arapaima. This thing is huge. It is huge. Oh my god, I was not expecting that. Yeah, City Folk came with the Wii Speak, which you can also use in games like Wheel of Fortune for the Wii, and it totally works. Doesn't completely break at, like, the slightest issue of input. But yeah, Sea Folk is a very fascinating game to me, and that is like a pseudo remake. But yeah, New Leaf, I've basically gone to watching Japanese playthroughs because I really wanted to know what New Leaf was like, and the game didn't have an English release date at that point. It took an extra year to come out in the rest of the world, I think. It was like it was June 9, 2013 for New Leaf. And it was like 2012 for Japan. So it was one that I like closely followed because I wanted it so badly. Because I was such a huge Animal Crossing nerd. And yeah, I played a ridiculous amount of New Leaf. Weird stepping stone with the houses not being a central area of the map, but instead of spread out, but you can choose anywhere for your house. True. Like, it does feel more like grounded in a way because it's not like everyone's clumped together. But yeah, New Leaf was my big college game. I put so many hours into New Leaf. Fall 2012 for Japan, that would make sense. About like a 6 to 8 month gap. But yeah, that was my college game. I would spend so many nights like watching television with my family after coming home from classes, and I'd just like go to the Cap'n Island and just grind for bells for like hours. Yeah, all this stuff was a gender ago. That's the wild thing about this, is all of this story was a gender ago for me. So yeah, Animal Crossing has just been, like, since I played it in, like, 2005, it's just kind of been a staple of my life, off and on, for that whole time. I've just stuck with the series. I even like Amiibo Festival for what it is. Is Amiibo Festival the best party game of all time? Absolutely not, but I actually still mildly enjoy it. The main thing I like is the island mode, which everyone likes. The board game mode has its charm, but also just takes forever due to having to scan the amiibo every time. But yeah, I have a soft spot for this series, it's safe to say. I really enjoy Animal Crossing. I really want to go back to my New Leaf Town now, actually, and mess around there, because I really didn't get very far. OG Animal Crossing has an end goal, it's called 2030. Oh right, like you can't move the clock past a certain point in this game. I forgot about that. It's like, wow, they didn't account for GameCube's existing this long, apparently. I think even the calendar in Super Mario Bros. Deluxe goes farther than that. Now this playthrough, again, was a little bit difficult, a little bit scuffed, partly because the clock in my GameCube is not working. The CMOS battery died a while ago, so the time only moves when the GameCube's on, which actually works out nicely for the sake of, like, streaming, so I just have to do everything through time travel. Other slight issues are just obviously like not having a more thoroughly built other town to show off like Nook's store upgrades and everything. Again, we didn't see Nookway or Nookingtons, but that would cost like 300,000 bells or something ridiculous to actually show off, if I'm not mistaken. It's a large sum of number. I'm gonna double check really quickly how much I actually need to spend. 240,000 bells in Nookway to get Nookingtons, and you need someone to come and buy one item. So yeah, that's not gonna happen. That'd take a lot of days. But beyond that, unlike New Leaf, there's like no other shops that need to be upgraded. We saw the Able Sisters story, which also means a lot to me. I do appreciate that part of the game, and again, Wild World and Sea Folk do build on that. I also have a copy of Sea Folk. It's like, I should boot that up again. I haven't played Sea Folk in a long time. But yeah, if anything, this just kind of reignited my passion for Animal Crossing. I'm like, I should boot up all the other games. It's like, I am not going to be able to juggle 4 Animal Crossing towns at once, so yeah, at some point I'll probably like move on from this town, and as in not try to maintain it very much. But yeah, this was a very fun little quick look at Animal Crossing. I appreciate this game so much.